Despite police unions leaning toward supporting Donald Trump, President Biden is sure mighty proud to boast about all the efforts to help police departments around the country.
During the pandemic, I signed the American Rescue Plan that provided $350 billion to states and cities that they could use to keep communities safe. My Safer American Plan invests $37 billion in public safety, to hire more police officers, trained in community policing, to build trust, to solve crimes faster.
But is it working? Under Biden, FBI data shows the rate of assaults on law enforcement hit a 10-year high in 2023, with 60 officers killed on the job.
Let's welcome our National Police Week panel. Fraternal Order of Police National Vice President Joe Gamaldi, along with National Fallen Officer Association President and retired Dallas Police Sergeant Trey Pennie. Gentlemen, an honor for you to both be here. Thank you so much. Trey, to you first. Is Joe Biden talk and no walk?
Exactly. It's all talk and no walk. And in fact, I think that Biden shouldn't even be speaking at the police memorial because of all of his anti-police policies. If you think about it, he gave us defund the police. He expanded all these consent decrees into our law enforcement agencies, which basically handcuffed our police officers and kept them from being able to do their job. I think President Biden will probably go down as probably the worst anti-police president in American history. And that says a lot, considering what Barack Obama did with the Black Lives Matter movement. President Obama just doing it with the pro-Palestinian groups. So at the end of the day, I think that no one, especially in law enforcement, is even taking Joe Biden seriously. We're definitely not going to vote for him. We're not advocating for anybody in law enforcement to vote for him. We're ready to move forward with President Trump and kind of put this whole administration, this administration behind us.
Joel, the officers that you talk with across the country, are you picking up the same vibe that most of them are trending towards Donald Trump versus Joe Biden? And by the way, I was a prosecutor. Police officers talk to a lot of people in their community, and they have a big impact on elections.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to surprise anyone where a majority of law enforcement is going to stand in November. I mean, let's just be clear here. President Trump loudly and proudly supports law enforcement across this country, especially when we had the FBI report that said we just saw a 10-year high in assaults on officers, especially because we're dealing with the war on cops that has seen 378 police officers shot last year, that shootings of police officers are up 60% since 2018, and yet we haven't heard a peep out of the White House condemning this historic violence against law enforcement. So, you know, it doesn't take a detective to figure out that police officers are going to stand with President Trump in the next election because he's actually out there supporting us, condemning the violence, and reminding every police officer across this country that what we do matters.
What you do matters. Gentlemen, moving on to this, the House of Representatives passed a bill that does exactly what it's called, the Detain and Deport Illegal Aliens Who Assault Cops Act. It sounds like common sense, but shockingly enough, 148 Democrats voted against the bill. So an illegal alien breaks the law coming into this country, assaults a police officer, but those Democrats, Trey, do not want them deported.
No, that's an absolute fallacy of justice. I don't know what's going on with the Democrats and especially in the House side. I don't know exactly what's going on with these guys. But I got one message for them. They better get ready. Get ready because the crime crisis is coming to a town near you. And law enforcement, look, we're going to do everything we can to protect these communities and protect these same individuals that are voting against us. But at the end of the day, we're trying to fight to get these people out of our country so we can protect our own interests. We cannot continue to have attacks like the New York attack in January, where illegal immigrants sat there and stomped police officers on the ground. And then they get arrested in New York, and before you know it, you got all these groups showing up to advocate for them to get out of jail. That is ridiculous. That cannot happen in the United States because we have laws. We're a country of law and order, and we need to make sure that we are protecting our officers so they can enforce law and order and keep these criminals behind bars and get these illegal immigrants out of this country so we can live our lives like every other a citizen, a great citizen wants to do in this country without having to deal with these criminals running around attacking us.
You know, Joe, real quick, I saw that vote. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. But you have to talk to Republicans and Democrats in your leadership role. What do Democrats say to you with votes like this?
Yeah, well, let me be clear about something right now. The 148 House Democrats that voted to not deport illegal migrants who assault police officers basically just gave every police officer in this country a big middle finger. I mean, think about this for a moment. We are prioritizing people who have already broken our laws in this country over those who swore to protect it.
Joe, we have to run. We're going to bring it back.